Hello, Feuzion. My name is Alex Fuse, the host of Fusion News. Today is August 16th, and I have a very big show for you right now. I'm on Google Hangouts with Keith Irving, and he played in the Cleveland Havoc of the Universal Basketball Association in Jamaica last week. So, Keith, what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. Obviously, getting to go to Jamaica, which is a beautiful country, uh, and also get to play basketball, the sport I love. Those two pretty things were together were pretty awesome.
What were the playing conditions like in Jamaica?
Uh, well, first and foremost, I gotta say that it was very hot and humid, which definitely was a factor that I had to overcome the first day that I was there. Cramping up wise and stuff because I even made sure that I went the extra distance and made sure I drank enough and all that stuff. And it's still something that even the locals there, like the trainers and stuff, told us it doesn't matter how much you prepare until you're there, you can't really experience it. But after the first day, I was good, and I picked up some of the locals and the locals' secrets on how to prevent that. So that definitely helped out a lot.
Mhm. And when you were playing on the court, what was the competition like?
The competition was really good actually. We played against a couple teams that were actually from Jamaica on the national team there. A lot of Division 1, Division 2 players, and also former pro basketball players from overseas and stuff. So it was a good mixture of talent, and it definitely it definitely was a good experience.
Mhm. Now, the team you played on, what were playing along with those teammates like for you?
It was definitely a challenge at first, but it was very fun nonetheless because the challenging part was that was our first time playing together.
Mhm.
But having said that, we actually did very well considering that, and it was definitely a learning curve for the players that were a little bit behind, and the ones that were like myself or
Mhm.
you know um, who were of a higher caliber. So it was definitely a learning experience, but it was fun, and like I said, the talent was definitely there.
Mhm. Was there a language barrier for you?
For the Jamaican people,
Yeah.
yes, it's actually their language is a mixture of African Creole and English.
Oh, wow.
So yes, a lot of this stuff I had to say what a couple times too, and I got it though. They taught me some of their lingo, and it was definitely a good time, and it was really cool to experience their culture and their food and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
What exactly league did you play in Jamaica?
I'm sorry.
What league did you play in Jamaica?
It was actually just the tournament. It's not a league, but
Okay.
the tournament was the first tournament in Jamaica that had international teams come and participate. It's not like when they had their national team play in the Olympics or play in other tournaments, but it was the first one that was the first tournament I should say that was in Jamaica that had multiple different countries come and play. We had Canada, teams from Canada, obviously from America, my team playing against Jamaican teams. So that was the first for them, and it was a really good opportunity for everybody, and especially for the Jamaicans to be able to experience what the competition is like in Canada and what the competition is like in America. So they actually had a team that played against William and Mary and Florida State University while we were there, their national team. And then some of those players that played against those Division 1 college teams from America actually played on some of the teams that I played against. So it was definitely a good mixture of competition, like I told you before.
Oh, wow. If you got a phone call right now saying that you would had an opportunity to go back to Jamaica to play in another tournament, would you?
Oh yeah, of course. I always, I can never turn down a good opportunity to play good basketball, and every opportunity I can play, I definitely get ecstatic about it, and would definitely take advantage of that.
Now, Keith, 10 years from now, where do you see yourself, uh, or 5 years from now, playing basketball?
I see myself playing professionally somewhere
Okay.
overseas or in the NAPB or NBL. The NAPBL is the North American Premier Basketball League that's actually just starting in America. And it's a mixture of teams from Canada and America. And then there's also NBL, which is the National Basketball League of Canada. Um, and if it's not one of those teams or one of those leagues, I see myself playing somewhere throughout the world in a for a country wherever that may be. I'm not sure yet, but I'm definitely confident that my game will take me there.
Mhm. Now, Keith, you have some ties here in upstate New York. Can you tell us a little about what exactly ties you have in upstate New York?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been training with a lot of local greats. Steve D'Agostino was one of the trainers that I have in my arsenal, and that definitely helps me and gives me really good training sessions and pushes me to be better. Also, a former St. Rose basketball player as well as Steve D'Agostino, Dominika Smilka, who played at St. Rose 5 years ago. He's been playing all over Europe, and whenever he's home for the summer, me and him have some good training sessions. And um, not only him, but you've interviewed Joseph Girard III. I've played with him. I've played with a lot of the people that are from the area that are very predominant and very good at basketball. So that's something that I take pride in, and I'm looking forward to continuing to train with them and continue to get better.
Keith, what was your first impression when you first met Joe Girard III?
Kid can shoot. That's for sure. He's a good player. He's a good kid.
Also, before we wrap up this interview, I have to ask you this one. What has been your favorite advice you've ever received by a coach or a player?
Oh, let me see. The best advice would have to be to just play my game. There are obviously times in all players' careers where they are getting a lot of advice from a lot of different people, and sometimes that can get to a player in a good way or a bad way. And I feel like the best way to sum that all up is to just play my game, because that allows you to do what comes natural. And I feel like whenever a player can play with instinct and with creativity, that's something that really brings out the best player in that person. So.
Well, Keith, I want to say thank you for taking the time to come on my show today, and I hope to talk to you very soon in the future.
Thank you.
All right, Feuzion, you can follow Keith around on social media all over. You can find his social media accounts on my social media pages as well. Follow me on Twitter at AlexFuse. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also like my Facebook page, Alex Fuse, on Facebook as well. Fuse Nation, I'll be going back here live on YouTube at 2:30 with Robert Marcello. We'll be talking about the Red Sox, some Patriots, and his career and more. Thanks for watching and listening, and I will be seeing you very soon. Be kind to one another.